Greetings and salutations. Well, in the last video you saw me get all the parts out of the Jeep and bring them in here and start cleaning them up. All the plastic bits are clean, like that one, and ready to go back in. And now I'm going to start replacing the headliner. You can see how faded it is. That's where the visors rested. But when I bought this Jeep in, I think, December of 2016, this headliner was intact. It had a couple little, claw marks in it from the previous owner digging his crusty old fingernails into the headliner there. But other than that, it was pretty unmolested. And then my son got a hold of the thing, and he did this and this. Probably was responsible for that. So I am going to recover this, and I'm going to use suede. It's not really suede, but it looks like suede. Before I get started here, if you own a vehicle between 1985 and say 2000, 2001, your headliner is probably like this. It's a cloth headliner that's mounted on a foam backer that's glued to a formed backer board. And in this case, this is a 98 Jeep Cherokee. This looks like kind of a rigid type foam backer with a paper facing on both sides, a reinforced paper facing. Yeah, fiberglass reinforced paper facing. In the 80s, like in the Chevy CK series trucks, from like 81 to, or excuse me, from 73 to 87, they used a pressed fiberglass rigid board backer. And this is actually more resilient than that, but time and heat and condensation and moisture from people breathing in the vehicle all play a part in a degradation of these headliners. And what most of these headliners have in common is they're a foam backed material that's glued to the backer board. And what fails is the foam. You can see here, the foam is just, it's failed. What else can I say? That's what happens. The foam fails, and then the headliner sags, and you got this flopping piece of fabric whopping you in the head as you drive down the road. Bad news is, if you own a vehicle from 1985 to 2000, if it hasn't failed, it will. If your headliner hasn't failed, it will. And the good news is that it's a really easy fix. If you can use scissors, you can do this. The hardest thing about taking the headliner out of the vehicle is knowing what needs to be removed, get the headliner out. And basically, all the trim that covers the edges needs to be removed. In the case of the XJ, the A-pillar trim, the I guess it would be called the C-pillar trim. Is there B-pillar? Yeah, B-pillar trim. No, I didn't have to remove that. The A-pillar trim, the C-pillar trim, and the metal bits. Anyway, all the trim that touched the headliner didn't need to be removed. So, if you have a different vehicle, search the YouTube for instructional videos on how to remove all that stuff. But to remove this is pretty easy. You just grab a corner of the fabric, start pulling it off. All right? And then once you have all the foam off, what you're left with is the foam. Let's get this off first, and I'll come back and talk about how to get rid of the foam. Any of the other headliners that I've done this process too. They had this foam. The foam just kind of just is dry. You touch it and it just disintegrates. This is gooey. I mean, it feels like tar, and it's brown. Doesn't stink, but I'm gonna guess his previous owner was a smoker. I don't know if you noticed in the time lapse, you can see the difference in the foam here. This foam is a little cleaner back here, especially where the foam was a little more intact. You can see here in the driver's area, and interestingly enough, over here in the passenger area, where the foam failed the worst. Can't explain that. And I got these little spots here that I'm concerned about. I might have to make some repairs. I think this is the paper backing. Can't tell from this side. I think the paper backing has failed, so I'm going to have to do something to fix it. Otherwise, it's going to telescope through. But at this point, I'm going to start stripping the foam, and the way I'm going to do that. Okay, found it. This is just a simple scrub brush. I bought at a dollar store for $1. And just take this and brush it up. Now, don't get too carried away, because that's just fiberglass reinforced paper. I mean, it's a heavy duty paper. It's more like a thin layer of plastic, and that can easily be damaged, and you don't want to do that. You want to try to not damage this, because this is what you're going to glue your new headliner to. But you just take your brush, brush the foam up, like so. Now this is going to take longer than pulling the fabric off, but that's just what you got to do. Do that, and then we'll prep the substrate for the new headliner material. please forgive the humming in the background. That's my air conditioner. Without it, nothing lives in this garage. It's probably 85 degrees in this garage with air conditioning on. So there it is, all stripped. You notice the two brown spots in the middle here, and this is what I was afraid of. I don't know how well this is going to show up, but this has been it's delaminated from the foam behind it. Same thing with there, and then there's a spot behind the overhead console too, where it's compressed. I think what I'm going to do is, I've done this in the past too, to kind of bond all this stuff together. And there's a couple of spots back here by the speaker cups too. Not so much on this one, but on this one here, probably where something got, loaded into, probably a bike. But you see the edges here are getting kind of dickered. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get some fiberglass resin and a resin roller, and I'm going to impregnate this with fiberglass resin. So I got to go on Amazon tonight and do a little shopping. So that's going to take me about a week probably to get the materials to do that. But if your backer board is intact, I would just clean it with a mild cleaner, like I wouldn't use like Purple Power or anything like that on it, or I wouldn't even use Totally Awesome on it. I would just use like Windex, and I would carefully clean this until it felt clean. Then I'd go ahead and get the adhesive, and you'll see that process later on. The adhesive to glue the headliner material down. You can see this one is really loose, so I can get the rest of this off, but it's easier to show you, I guess. Oh, that's delaminated. That's probably from kids punching the freaking headliner. Anyway, for me it's going to be a week. For you, it's going to be this being a second or two. So I'll see you in a week.
3 weeks later.
All right. So it's been a couple of weeks since I've filmed. Just now recovering from COVID. I was sick with that shit for 2 weeks. And actually, remember I talked about having a time-sensitive goal? Well, because I got sick, I had to postpone that. I'm still not 100%, but at least now I can actually work a little bit and not get totally exhausted. Anyway, so this is my headliner material that I chose to use. It's a micro suede material. It's not really suede, it just looks like suede, and it's got a foam back. And I'm gonna glue this down. I got my little areas that were soft. I patched those with fiberglass. I did end up taking just a really thin layer of fiberglass resin and coating this whole thing. Not too much, a little more there where the soft spots were. Now I'm gonna got my gas powered air compressor out there ready to go. I've got some adhesive, modified HVLP gun to shoot that. I modified back when I did the blue Jeep to shoot bedliner material, and I think this will be good for shooting this adhesive. And I also got some disposable cups from Harbor Freight. I got two kinds. I got these cups here, and I got the Spectrum cups. And I think this box was 14 bucks. Comes with 10 cups and caps. And then I got this one, which I think was 10 bucks, and I think it comes with 8. Or, well, let's see what it comes with. Where'd it go? 5 cups and caps and adapters. So we'll try these out and see how it works. Well, as you can see, didn't start out very good. I'm looking at how this turned out. I got it's like one wrinkle in there that may not come out. That's the only one that I've seen so far. Well, there's one right here too, but I think most of that's going to get covered up with trim. That looks nice, I think. What do you think? Comment in the comment section. And it's getting a little bit too dark to put it in tonight, but let's see if I can show you one thing I got to take out. One thing that I worked on. Oh, how this is going to turn out. It's getting pretty dark. Oh, a toad! Let's see. Well, let me sell a little bit of it. Yeah, I made that tire cover. Just some carpet that I bought on Amazon, I think. But that covers up that spare tire. So I'll pull that out tomorrow so I get the headliner in. I'll put the headliner in, and I got to get some bulbs. I forgot to order those damn things. Dang it! I got to get new bulbs, LED bulbs for the dome lights. I went online on eBay and bought a replacement rear cargo light because I didn't have the lens. So there's the one I had. And these incandescent lights, they tend to make everything brittle, and you can see where things got a little bit hot right there. Anyway, I need to get some LEDs. You know, you think, well, just go down to the store and get them. It's like, that is a different bulb than what's in here. There's two different types of bulbs that's in this. There's the little lamps there for the map lights, and then there's a different type of light for the dome light. I'll order them up tonight. Tomorrow I'll put this in. Maybe, hopefully tomorrow I'll put this in, and finally start, get the rest of the trim pieces on. I haven't figured out that damn wiring yet. Of course, I haven't been able to work on my truck for 2 weeks, but that's how you do a headliner. I'll put a link in the description to this micro suede that I put in here. I bought a bolt of it. I think it was around 40 or 50 bucks. And then you don't have to use, this weld wood contact adhesive. But I'm gonna be doing some more. I'm gonna be doing some more interior work in the future, and I figured that's cheaper than buying the cans of adhesive. If you do decide to buy like cans adhesive, don't get Super 77 because it won't last. I don't even have it here anymore. But bought some other stuff to do the I had some leftover spray adhesive to do this. I think it's Super 99 or Super 90 or something like that. I'll see if I can find it, and I'll put a link to that too. But don't use Super 77. I'm done for the night. I'm hot and sweaty, and getting tired. So you like this video, smash the like button and share it with your best social media network. If you got any questions or comments, down in the doobly-doo, that's where they go. And if you haven't subbed yet, go ahead and do that and click a little bell icon. That way YouTube will notify you the next time I upload a video. And if you want to support the channel, you can go through the links in the description to Amazon, Patreon, and PayPal. If that's something you can afford to do, I appreciate it. If you can't, that means we're cousins. So until next time, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep powder dry. Have a splendid day. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.